2, 1.
Welcome everybody to Community Conversations, a show where we talk about what's going on in the community and what we want to do about it. Here we have, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Zhane. I'm a dancer, I'm out here in Chicago representing a lot of different dance styles, but these days I've been really in my whacking bag and hip-hop bag, very much so. I'm here with my fellow friend, my WaackAttack crew member, community member, everything member. Yeah.
Hi everyone. I am Ashley. I also go by AshMoney. I am a co-founder with Zhane of the WaackAttack Shy group. I specialize in whacking. I love tutting. I'm trying to get into some more specific street styles, but I've always considered myself a hip hop dancer in that, realm. I'm with Concrete Circle.
Yeah.
Zhane also is a Concrete Circle member with me. I'm also part of Movement Revolution dance crew for, a decade. And I'm also part of the Vaudettes, which is a rock and roll burlesque kind of edgy circus performer. I just set myself on fire a couple of times. Safely. We are professionals. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. It was on a rooftop. I'm planning a lot of just fun stuff this summer. I wanted to travel more. The traveling isn't happening quite as much, but I'm doing a lot of things here. I'm just planning more friend get-togethers, kind of watering all of those seeds of friendships I don't get to spend a lot of time with or things like that, and just experiencing new things. I went to my first, I went to my first EDM festival this year, and it was fun. Also gonna go to a horror movie themed convention with one of my friends. Just planning fun stuff. The thorn kind of has to do with more my partner. My partner's car is a little on the fritz right now, and so that's causing just difficulties, and just we have to share a car now. Just trying to make sure he's sustained in what he needs to do. So I'm empathetic, and I'm feeling that for him. I'm really grateful for the opportunities that are coming, and try not to look at the thorns, but recognize that they're there. Yes. But they're there. I see you. I recognize you, but we're going to focus on the roses.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm in that same mindset, there is a lot of sad things that I could look at, not even just within myself or, my friends and family, but even the world. There's just so much happening. But I think it is important to be aware that it's happening, but also kind of focus on the good things in life and having gratitude and positivity, but not having toxic positivity. It's a balance, So my roses, oh man, I'm just in love with everything. Everything's great. I'm just dancing a lot, traveling a lot. I'm meeting a lot of people. I just came back from 2 battles. I went to the Lord of the Lands in Ohio, Cleveland. I got passed to the top 32 and did the 5v5. And it's cool because I think my 5v5, the 4 of us were all from Chicago. A lot of Chicago was out there, so that was really cool representing. And then, so I did that. And then immediately after that battle, I flew to New York for Whack of the Future, which is a whacking battle hosted by Princess Lockaroo. And I got to top 16 with that one. Super cool. Hundreds and hundreds of whackers, tons of international folks. Didn't think I would make it, but I did. So I'm just grateful for all the training and the teachers and the sessions and all the community members that I could learn from, and then kind of represent Chicago out there. So it was really cool. I really wish you were there. I wish all of the Chicago.
I wish we could just put us all on a plane and just.
I know. Next time my luggage is just gonna be bigger.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna
I'll just start stretching.
Stuff everyone in there. But just in general, just a lot of dancing, a lot of friends, a lot of fun. Thorns. I'm so tired. I'm it's all this fun, all these things I want to do everything, especially in the summer, because when it gets winter, there's less things. So while it's here, I'm okay, while I'm doing all this stuff, I have to be mindful of my body, and my neck is going through it, because I was trying to find places to sleep because my flight was at 4 a.m. 5 a.m. So I was just crouched in the corner and my neck is going through it. It's just tiredness, soreness, and there's like a couple other like personal things, but I'm not really worried about it right now because I had a good weekend. So
Good.
we're gonna focus on the weekend. That was great. But yeah, that's for me.
Here's another rose that we both share.
Yeah.
We both placed. You placed top 16. I placed top 32
Oh, yeah,
in
that's
the worldwide whacking. What is it? What's the name of it? I think it's just worldwide whacking
yeah,
season
that's what I
4,
remember.
which also Lockaroo is teaching a class. I know she's not running it, but she's teaching a lot of great whackers from literally across the world.
gosh, yeah.
I think they said 200 plus people tried out for the battle.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
I think so. Yeah. So
wow.
that's
Look at us,
very
like-
exciting. Very exciting. Was not expecting that either. But
yeah.
Mama, the streak you're on.
I mean, we're just all putting Chicago on the map.
Yes.
So I'm super excited.
It's so exciting. It's,
like
the more it grows, it seems like, oh, we're getting there, but no, it just keeps like
Yeah.
reaching a higher peak each time, and that's what's so exciting because we have so much
Absolutely.
momentum. It's only going to get better.
No, so true.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah. So dang, I did like 3 battles over the
Girl.
weekend. She's dancing, and that's all. that
Rising
matters.
star.
Oh.
Talking about the toxic positivity, I'm gonna kind of go in a vein of that one because I with this, you know, I don't know if you feel the same way. I definitely feel this way because I don't battle as much as I should. I just don't.
Should is it? You don't have to.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Everyone's on their own journey. I think I'd like to though because
Okay.
I don't. We wouldn't probably met. You know,
That's
if
true.
I didn't go to more battles and at the time and like. Just, seeing, meeting everybody, and it's cool to recognize people now. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't always, like, so sure of where my place was in the community. But, like, now it's growing, and that's cool. So that I need to, like, focus on and do a little bit more of, like, that's in myself. But what I do notice within myself, and I have, like, kind of noticed it with other people, too, is the crazy imposter syndrome. And I think everybody deals with it, It's like, it doesn't matter how... Like, I think even Kid Nimbus one day was like,
which is crazy.
which is
but
crazy.
It's
But
true.
everybody gets it. And so I wish there was less of that because yes, it's understanding, like we said, feeling those emotions, recognizing them, feeling them the way you need to feel and then moving on. But then, everyone's telling you, but you're great, but you're great, but you're great. But it's like, but where's that balance? It's so hard to like, to know where that is. And so I don't know if it's like an internal thing. I know I'm speaking for myself here. I have seen it with a lot of other people too. That's just like, I think you're dope. I think there's, like it's crazy to, I mean, but it's also kind of humbling that like we're all in this and that maybe we're a little bit farther than we think we are, personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know it kind of was like a little bit of two different like thought processes,
Yeah,
but I don't think there's any lack of like support from others in the community. I think everyone, at least in our group and a lot of other groups I've seen that I maybe didn't know offhand, it's been so positive and so cool. And like maybe that's the city that we're in, Chicago. Maybe that's the thing that we provide for each other. So yeah, more of that, but also like recognizing that like, hey, we are all going through it. Let's hold space for kind of everything. Don't let anyone get too down on themselves where they want to like, kind of exit from it or whatever. If they want to carve a new path, that's totally
True.
do whatever fulfills you.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a bummer to see and to feel, but also at the same time, like, oh, okay, we all get that, and so I guess it's maybe part of it, but part of the growth and part of the way to feel good about yourself. I don't know.
Yeah,
I kind of lost the track of thought.
No,
there.
yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I feel like might be kind of on the same realm, but also kind of off. Being real, like kind of like having those. I think it really like I'm all about emotions and things like that. So I think it's super important for us to be real with ourselves and be like, yeah, I am having imposter syndrome right now, or sometimes people aren't able to even recognize it.
This is true.
Because that's kind of I
True.
feel like that's what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just having those moments where we are being real, and whether that's sharing it with a close friend or a family member or even like posting on social media, I think I'm a social media girly, so I'm for it. I like that because then like all the people that follow you are able to be like, oh yeah, like I relate to that, like I feel that way as well. And especially when you're seeing it from someone who I guess is deemed like, I don't know, top tier or like the craziest battler on earth, to see them also go through that is just like really kind of like makes me feel more human or more like Yeah, just whatever. And then also just kind of hearing like at some point whenever they're able to get out of that imposter syndrome or whatever, that those feelings that they were going through, if they're also able to kind of share that with everyone, I think that also kind of inspires other people to kind of like be like, oh, okay, like if they're able to go through it and get through it too, and you know, I'm also seeing their journey of how they got through it all, then I know that I can get through it too.
Yeah.
I do think it is important for us to kind of have like, I don't think it's important to have imposter syndrome, but when those moments happen, I think it does create character development for us to be like,
True.
oh, okay, like, you know, at this moment in my life, I thought like I was not the best, da 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 da, and then look at where I am now. Like it's helped me grow to be a person, like those types of things. So yeah, for me, I just want to see just more realness. And I guess that kind of goes back into toxic positivity. Like it doesn't always have to be good, you know, where it's like just because this person's winning like 14,000 battles, that doesn't mean they're like also not going through it mentally or not feeling, you know, I guess insecure, like those types of things, I guess.
Yeah. I think a little sidebar, community when at battles, there's a bit of a lack of like female judge representation. It's not that it's not out there, you know, it's not that the demographic and the people aren't out there. They are out there. So I hope that can change a little bit because it's, you know, it's a little different when we do like a feminine style of dance and we go to an all styles battle. It's a little,
I agree.
People think we're dope, but it's a different level of like what are you looking for as a judge? Like, are you looking for beat kills? Are you looking for technique? You know, do you know the style that we're doing? You know, are you familiar with it enough to be like, okay, yeah, I'm qualified to judge this? Like, I guess not every judge has to be like a jack of all trades or a Jane of all trades or a whoever of all trades, but it just would be nicer. I think we're moving in that direction for sure. Yeah. Which is great. I need to be out there more to see it for myself. You know, maybe I'm just not seeing it. I'm hearing from other friends who do battle a lot more often, and different styles. You know, I think just like keep that train rolling. You know, like keep going in that right direction.
I agree 100%. Every single day, I agree. I think, in my opinion, I think people could outsource more. Whether that's like maybe reaching out to like maybe femme dancers who were in the community maybe years ago, who have probably taken a break, you know, reaching out to them, or whether it's giving a chance for the newer generation who, you know, I don't exactly know what the protocol, the requirements is for someone to be a judge, but if they feel like there's like a certain like femme-based judge who's like putting in the work and doing whatever that is, I think maybe giving people different chance, a new chance to be a new judge as a femme-based representation would be really cool.
Yeah. Thank you for saying femme-based.
Yeah.
Because
no, you're fine. Yeah. And if not that, then like I said, kind of outsourcing to men, you know, maybe reaching out to someone in Florida. I don't know, like just reaching out to anybody outside of Chicago would be really cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard people who say they kind of feel jaded from their own community. Like, yeah. So, and maybe, again, that was maybe years ago, you know, who knows? So, you know, maybe there's time for or room for like, let's mend that, you know, whatever that is, whether it was a personal thing, whether it was somebody who made them feel that way, you know, like let's bridge that gap. Let's figure out and be a community. Like this is what this is all about, right? Like this is, dance is like a loving, joyful, emotional release and expression. Like we should all be like common ground, common goal. Like, yeah, there's the competitive like nature that can be there, but like, you don't want anyone to feel like excluded or
absolutely
like that don't matter or that it's lesser than. Yeah, I guess. So
you made a really great point. I feel like I would love to see more like, it's also kind of going back to what I was saying before. I just love like chatting. I think I even said this last time. Like I just love emotions and talking and those types of things, because I feel like you could just like hash through everything with just simple communication and empathy. And hopefully understanding. You know, sometimes I understand like the fact that especially dancers, we have all different walks of life. Sure. So it's kind of hard to understand something if you haven't been through it. But, you know, at least trying to hear someone out and having empathy, I think is super important. So I would love to see more conversations, like more town halls or more like just like, you know, individual one-on-ones and gatherings where we can talk. You know, I do think dance is also a great way to talk, but I
Yeah.
think that maybe even something outside of that would be just actual communication. And I think
Sure.
that'll be helpful to kind of not only like maybe hash if there's like, I don't know, beef or disagreements, stuff like that, but also just like if there's like, I don't know, if people have thoughts on like how battles should be run or how they feel during battles or classes and sessions.
Mhm.
And the more we talk, the more we can grow as a community, in my opinion.
It is a good tool for that kind of thing. Like, they have
Mm.
Instagram polls, they have,
Oh, yeah.
so, and not that, it's a little bit better to have like dialogue and
Yeah.
in person and stuff. So I think, that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea
Yeah.
to just, let's talk. Let's hear each other out. Let's see
Yeah.
what's, whatever feedback, whether it's accepted, whether it's like, okay, we'll think on that, why not? Needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else you think there should be less or more of in the community.
Not without, putting my money where my mouth is and being there a little bit more and
Oh,
just
that's fair.
and stepping in. I don't want to speak from somewhere where I'm like, well, I heard, you know what I
Oh,
mean? Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? And
Gotcha.
I do hear, my people around me, their experiences, but also like, okay, well, let me
Cool.
see for myself. Yeah. Let
Yeah.
me do the work. Let me put myself out there more.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to see you around more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm around maybe a lot, maybe a little too much. No,
You really out there? No, never.
Yeah, no. Thank you, but yeah. So I do see a lot of things, and I hear a lot of stuff and do a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's why I think just like I said, like communications, more gatherings and stuff like that would make us even cooler as a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
What would you want people to dialogue or town hall or have empathy about?
It really just depends. I don't know if it can be like, okay, if like something crazy happens, like, I don't know, some wild situation, then I would love for the community to result to being more, all right, let's talk about this logically and empathetically as a community rather than, kind of like, creating diss tracks or like, rumors and a whole bunch of like drama, maybe via social media or through like other friends or something like that. So maybe just like if something like crazy happens, I just think it's just like the way communication could be handled would be cool. But if there's not a big situation and it's just more of like just regular talking, I feel like I don't know, I think it's more for me is like getting to know the people I'm dancing with, because things can become super surface level if you just show up to battles or sessions just to, dance and go home. Kind of reminds me of work. And I don't want it to be like here's my release, okay, bye. Like it depends on the person, but I guess for me, like I would love for it to be released, but also like, okay, like let's go have dinner. Like let's create a day where we're just chatting. Like I think even when we still have yet to do it, but like after we did Prelude, WaackAttack, we did Prelude when they allowed WaackAttack to perform, and that was our debut as like I guess like a whacking crew in Chicago. So that was super cool. That was like in April, May, I can't remember. And we were talking like after that performance, we would love to kind of gather and just like, I don't know, get to know everyone's lore. Like I just love everyone's lore.
You introducing lore building as a concept to me was so wonderful. I'm like, that's the word for it. Just getting to know people. Yeah.
Yes.
So do you think that like these conversations that you're thinking, regardless of if something happens or if it's just like, let's just talk, do you think that starts like within like our own respective communities, or do you think it, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes, different styles have different ways of viewing their style or ways of like, okay, here's the etiquette if there is, you know what I mean? Like there is, do you think that starts with like, okay, our collective group, this is how we feel, this is how we, think we would conduct ourselves, or and not even like policing in that way, but like, like what do we want? What do we want for ourselves? What do we want to see from the community? Like, do you think it starts in our own communities, or is it more open?
It could be both. Everything is so like nuanced. Like,
Everything
it depends,
it could be helpful in both facets for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it just starts with that one person, and then that one person's like, I want to do this, and then sometimes I know that like it's hard for like one person to maybe start like a conversation or to start a gathering, but I think if it's something someone really wants to do, they should just go for it, and then hopefully, you know, that could create more of a collective of people who feel the same way, and then you never know where that can grow into, which I feel like that's what WaackAttack did, high key. Like just you even like reaching out to me to be like, I want to sesh with you, and I'm like, oh,
just
okay.
grew into
then,
what
oops,
this is.
we
Yeah.
made
And then we made an entire community.
That's so funny. Oops. But that's so cool. Like just like small
just
stuff.
starting it, just doing it.
Yeah, because you don't
the
know
first
where
step.
it would lead you. So
I'd love to hear from some more OGs too.
yes,
Like I know you and I know very much how like OG support and knowledge and understanding is so important. And you know, we still have a lot of OGs here in Chicago that, you know, not all of them, but sometimes they're a little slept on. They're a little like, well, why aren't we going to their classes? Why aren't we, you know, why aren't we like having them come teach or come battle or, you know, whatever. So I think there maybe that is something that could be also implemented a little bit more. Like foundation is there for a reason, you know, like the people who paved the way for us are, you know, they're there for a reason. They stuck with it, you know, like we should be at the very least, you know, like just checking in with them and being like, hey, you know, are we, you know, how do you feel about how the community's going right now? Like, do you see anything that we can improve on, or do you see like where we're doing well? So, you know, something, you know, wherever resources we can, whether it's like a pipeline of like, you know, students of an OG that maybe aren't here, or like are, you know, the access to them is a little bit harder or whatever. I think that's so important. I've learned so much from like not only just like researching whacking and Vogue and all that, but even like Monty is such a for Movement Revolution is such an important like teacher in that regard. Like he cares so deeply about like hip hop culture and where it came from, because I admit that before I became a movement member, not that I didn't care, but I didn't think it was that important. And so just him like kind of guiding me in that way, and then like, oh, I like the style of whacking, and then it was like kind of just natural to study and want to learn and want to, you know, do right and do, you know, make the OGs proud, you know, make the originators proud. So if they're here, like, why not resource them, you know, like why not use their knowledge and just to make us all better, and to like include them a little bit more too, so they don't feel so like iced out or anything like that.
No, I agree 100%. That's why it kind of makes me happy that we have like teachers or like fellow OGs, like even in the WaackAttack chat. Like I always love it when Wheezy the Phoenix always like replies to our messages and gives us encouragement.
My soul
so
much.
Like all the like the knowledge he gave like to prepare for Wack to the future, I was like, this for free? Like for free. Like he's so great. So I agree, like they're so nurturing, and there's so much you could gain just from a simple conversation, a simple class. Like I don't know, I just feel like it just really depends on the person, on if they really, you know, want to learn about the culture, the history. But I guess like my advice for people is to make sure that you do learn the history and the culture and the knowledge, or connect with people who do, because if you don't, there's gonna be like this disconnect. I feel like no matter like how good you may get at the dance, there's still like that layer of like culture that you need to get to kind of, I guess, make your dance grow even further than what it is. But I guess it just depends on the person, because not everyone wants to clock it, but I think you should clock it.
Hey guys, before we continue the episode, it's your favorite behind the scenes camera gal, Emily, favorite podcast producer. Anyways, before we continue, just wanted to give a quick shout out and a quick message from our partner / sponsor, Concrete Circle. They are a digital community network and booking platform for street dance and culture, created #for us, by us. We believe that our culture and our arts are valuable and sacred. We should have access to quality resources and an empowering community to support each other in making it. Concrete Circle is partnered with Talent Management Agency and committed to increasing access to industry, quality resources, and fostering an uplifting community to support each other in our journeys. We value authenticity and quality in making connections and building community, in addition to accessibility in their professional opportunities that are completely free or low cost for dancers. Concrete Circle will always be for us and by us. Join our network at Concrete Circle on Instagram or at concretecircle.org. Thank you. Back to the episode.
What do you want to see less of?
Less of? Long battles. Like, can we keep moving? Can we?
So funny.
I just want to go to bed. That's me. But no, like I don't know. I don't know what it takes. Well, I kind of know what it takes to run a battle. We did.
Of
so like,
course, yeah.
so there was some growing pains with that. So maybe I shouldn't be so harsh. But no, I think maybe that's also conversations that could happen. Is just like, okay, let's see how can we effectively run this battle. Like, let's talk to an event planner. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think yeah.
Right.
It's that kind of a lame answer. But
Oh no, that's real.
but That's
what we
sometimes
do,
sometimes we're sitting there and it's just like, okay, now what? Not that like, okay, well I want to see if I advance and then I'm gonna go home kind of thing, but like also like, okay, what are we doing? Let's keep it moving. It's a very minor thing, but
Oh yeah.
I'm a person who just like time manages to a obsessive degree a little bit sometimes.
No, that's real.
I'm like, this could have been done like an hour ago.
But dancers time.
Dancer's time is real though.
Because like what? Yeah, that's why I think low key Whack to the Future started at like 5, but they did start to like, I think like 8.
Oh, good gravy.
Which was great for me because my flight,
You
but,
needed time.
Yeah, but it's like they know like dancers are just not gonna arrive.
How about we just like come up with the universal like, all right, we're gonna pad it by like an hour and just know that that's there. So whatever dancer time is 6:30,
Right.
it's more like 7:30.
No,
8 o'clock.
literally.
Like let's just collectively like, okay, let's just pad an hour. We're good.
That's
That,
so
that's
funny.
that's a fair compromise.
Honestly, yes. Ashley for governor because yes.
That's what I'm here for. I've got great ideas.
So funny. No, that is no. I mean, literally, I agree with you 100%. That's why I really liked Jack Your Body. I was so glad that it was like, I don't know, it was a nice space of, okay, we're gonna wait a little bit for it. Even though we said it was gonna start this time, we're gonna wait a little bit, and then it ended like exactly or a little bit earlier on time as what it was promoted as. I was like, period.
We love that.
And same with Shadow Puppets. They're like
Shadow Puppets.
Out of the Shadows is like on time, and I'm just like, wow.
I do remember last time I taught it.
Yeah.
Very well run.
Yeah.
Very, yes. I
So
love that.
kudos to everyone
Kudos
that can do
gets
that.
time management.
But also, I get it. Dancers time and things happen.
Yeah.
and-
Traffic be trafficking. Ubers aren't always, CTAs are not always as reliable.
Oh yeah.
That's also true. That's nobody's fault,
So
obviously.
true.
But yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think you also mentioned one thing that was, I don't really know what I really want to say, but I'll just kind of say.
Yeah.
So it's more of like you said, like, well, I guess it was along the lines of like, oh, like if I don't advance in the battle, then it's like, okay, well, I'm heading out type beat. I think that happens a lot.
It
and
does.
and it's normal because it's also like, okay, well, I'm done here. I got to go do errands.
Sure.
But I'm pretty sure there's also like, some of us who are like, oh man, like I lost, like boo. And then like, I'm going home, forget this type beat, which is fair. But I don't know, maybe like it would be cool if we could just, stick around and watch each other, and support those who did advance. But I do want to also kind of hold space for people who are upset that, they didn't advance, because that's normal too, because I've had it plenty of times. I don't know. I just kind of wish it's just, I don't know, like there was a space for like emotional regulation, like maybe within the battle, like, oh, you lost, here's an emotional regulation station. Like, let's just go in the corner and be like, well, I don't think I should have lost type beat, or cry or something.
And the
you know?
couches over there will just
some comfort.
curtain it out.
Yeah.
You can have your moment and,
Yeah.
and get it out, because that's healthy. That's healthy.
Yes.
Sometimes just getting it out, so I tell my partner all the time, sometimes when I'm just like frustrated with something, not dance related or otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm just like, sometimes I just need to get it out of me,
Yeah.
because it's sitting right here, and
Yeah.
I just, as long as I get it out, I can swat it away. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, okay, it's out of me. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds, whatever. And it's like, okay, there you are. Now we're done with you. Let's breathe. Let's make the room for the breathing, for the oxygen to get
Yes.
back in, to
You better breathe.
re-regulate
Wow.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, have a quiet corner.
Yes.
We'll have some like ambiance, some stuffed animals that you need to.
You're like speaking my language. Like, yes, that's what I'm saying. Because like, I think sometimes when people aren't able to have that space to kind of regulate, I think it can turn into, lashing out or.
Yeah. If you're surrounded by people like, oh my God, I advanced. And oh my God, yay.
Oh, yeah.
And then you kind of feel like, okay.
And then it kind of goes back into maybe imposter syndrome or insecurity or not thinking or wanting to quit or not give up or to give up dancing and things like that. And I don't want that to happen to anyone. But once again, like those feelings are normal, but like I just think it's super important to check in with yourself after those situations. And because I had it too, like this weekend, and I was just upset, but then like kind of let those feelings kind of flow through. And then I was like, wait, hold on. Like, but top 32, but top 60, like those things are freaking awesome. Yeah. Like even if I'm able to get through that, that's already enough, like for myself and the networking and the people I was with, like literally just going back into that idea of like gratitude and knowing that, I may not have, I guess, quote unquote, made it to the top yet, like the highest I could be, but there's always next time. And there's so many other things that I have learned from this specific battle that I can apply for other battles, you know. But I get that, straight out of losing, you're not thinking like turn up, like right. Like, and that's fine. Like I'm clocking that because like that goes back into toxic positivity. So
we also traveled, that's hard too if like you feel like you've come all this way and if it didn't turn out the way you wanted to, then it's like
that's very true.
It's an added layer of disappointment and the today's sponsor is imposter syndrome. No, they're not.
Yeah, no, it's like just reiterating for the 88th time. Just want to make sure, just like it's okay for us to be upset about it, especially because I can imagine like I realize like we spend a lot of money to. Not like even if it's just a battle in Chicago, like because there's like entry fees and like training sessions, all the work and effort you put into it. But like traveling to a different like city or country is another layer of money and like effort. So if you gotta be pissed off, be pissed off. It's all real. Yeah, we should express that in healthy ways. But
bring a comfort stuffed animal to every battle.
We should give them out. Imagine like cute little
squishmallows,
like, Dubai chocolate little boo boos.
Oh my
God. Here's a Dubai chocolate little
Here's
boo
a little
crumble
boo-boo
cookie for
yeah.
you.
Please, please.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
Great idea.
I love that.
I think we just made a whole brand.
We just okay. Branding, copyright pending, patent pending.
Yo. Recently, I did like this weird thing called, I don't know if anybody has ever done it, so I'm not gonna say I'm the first person ever, but I just called it like a lab session just because I wanted it to be just specifically us training for like battles coming up. Cause like to me, when you're labbing, you're probably like at home and you're figuring out like, moves to do or whatever. So I just felt like there needs to be more like lab sessions, but not necessarily where it's like an open session where we're like just showing off, having fun, work, but more like specifically focus on growing, specifically focus on creating things together, whether that's like, okay, I'm going to be in this corner, I'm going to be in the mirror, or I'm going to work with one other person, or it could be a group too. Like I kind of like diversity of labbing, but I don't want us to lose the idea of what we're here for, because I think maybe I feel like maybe if I were to put it in like a what do I want to see less of format, not in a mean way, but like maybe less selfishness, like maybe more of this idea of we can grow as a community, and whatever that looks like to other people.
I had a sidebar to that because I remember at one WaackAttack session, there was a ton of people there, and I think I don't remember what the I don't want to say discrepancy, but there was somebody who was basically like, well, we don't have to have one cipher, we can have two ciphers. And I was like, oh yeah, sure, that's fine. But then it never really formed. So I guess the pathway that I was getting off of what you were saying is that like we can in class too, because sometimes maybe if you feel this way, I'll go through a drill or I'll go through a choreo, I'll be like, any questions? And everyone just kind of just
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have any questions, that's cool.
Yeah.
But like feedback is always nice. So I think like, cause like at the WaackAttack session, I was gonna say like, why don't that's something that maybe we could implement, like if one of us wants to do this just the cipher, or one of us wants to like work in the mirror and like, okay, let's do drills. So, you know, anybody who wants to work with me,
Oh wow, that's
you know,
fun.
you know, like if anyone wants to, because I think we did that the one like your birthday session
Oh,
when
yeah.
I had that drill and I taught everybody
Yeah,
that
it
drill.
was
We just did it
awesome.
for 20 minutes
For real.
and it was fun. Yeah, so like I think we can move in that direction for sure.
Cool.
But yeah, like you know, especially at labs, especially at sessions, like this is not
Yeah.
class based. There's not like a teacher at the front doing it.
Yes.
Let's, you know, speak on what you want. You know, like we're not necessarily, you put it out there all the time. Like anybody can start a session.
Yeah.
Anybody in WaackAttack can start a session at any point. Like
Yes.
sometimes I think that the onus is on us because we're the
Yeah.
co-founders, and like, sure, we can have some
Yeah.
direction, but like we're not dictating anything. We're like,
Right.
we are part of the same community y'all are in. Like
Yeah.
we let's us follow your lead a little bit too. You know what I mean? So that could be something that is less not speaking up for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, not speaking up for what you want in a session or a lab, or like, hey, I'd really like to work on grooves today. I'd really, you know, I have a hard time when I'm doing like my arms and I'm killing it with my arms, but I feel like my body's not doing anything. Like, can we work on something like that? And we can just play. Like, we don't have to have something in our back pocket. If we do, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, what can we do? Let's start here. Let's, you know, let's start grooving and let's see, let's add this, blah, blah, blah. You know, more just trying stuff out, and you don't have to stick with the group if you don't feel like that's what you need right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think like the overarching idea that I'm thinking with all of this in mind is just community communication.
Yes.
So CC. That's
CC.
I want the CCs.
A lot of CCs.
Yes.
Concrete circle.
Yeah.
Community
'Cause
communication.
C's such a great letter.
C's a good letter. Number three. Number three. Three's a good number for me.
Perfect. Yes.
So that's a good
Yeah.
letter.
Sounds good. The 3 C's. I guess I'm gonna go like off the specific thing you were talking about, just to kind of, I guess, add more to the conversation, which you may or may not have thoughts about. But I'm thinking maybe more of like the choreography based community to kind of interact or collab with the freestyling community.
Yes.
I have seen it here and
Please.
there. You know, even I tried to mesh the two when I was like, okay, like when I was first starting up freestyling, which it's only been like a year, no cap. Like I'm still starting up. But like as I'm doing that, I was like, okay, well, you know, I came straight from just being like this strict choreo dancer for
Yes.
years.
That was me too.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So it's hard to break.
Yeah.
If I don't have a 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm like, what am I doing?
But the crazy part is I'm not even good with numbers, so I couldn't even count when I was doing choreo. Yeah,
That's
yes,
you.
there you go. Yeah, where's the coom ka? You know,
Literally.
boom cats, and without the boom. No, okay. So yes, I just think like I tried to incorporate like, okay, I went to these classes, I've learned so many foundations and fundamentals at like Rhythm Hood or like at other studios. Now I feel like I'm ready to incorporate this in my choreography. So you know, just even using what I learned and kind of putting that on stage, and or also inviting like other freestyle dancers to learn that choreo. So that's kind of what
great.
I did to kind of like the two worlds collide. But yeah, I don't know, like it'll just be really cool to see more of choreo freestyle.
I think on both sides for sure. I'm sure there's some battle dancers that could I wouldn't say that could use some, but like they would get some benefit out of coming to a choreo class. I think just like meshing a little bit more all together is going to be healthy, and just learning from everybody. It's like freestyle battlers have a different skill than like choreo people do, and vice versa. So let's just enrich each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's why I thought it was super cool when I saw like Rhythm Hood was adding like actual choreography classes.
Yeah.
Like I think from Junebug, like, you know, they're teaching here like choreography, which is super cool. And then they allow like pop-ups and stuff. So yeah, I think that's a great introduction to maybe starting the mix where like the choreo people are like, ooh, what's this? And then like I've been seeing some of them come to like the hip hop sessions and stuff. So yeah, it's just like, well, I can see the choreo world is trying to maybe like dabble a little bit, but it would be really cool to see more like battlers or freestyles take some choreo classes. So that kind of makes me want to teach a class and then invite all the freestyle people specifically.
To be clear, nothing's lacking on either side.
No way.
It's just be so cool to see that shift.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's like you could surprise yourself.
It's more like a community thing,
Yeah.
you know, not like well, we could gain like dance knowledge from each other, you know, just based off our specific, I guess, realms of dance that we're in. But yeah, it'd be more of just like community things, because I don't want to say that I feel like we're like a stark difference, but we're not technically truly aligned. Like maybe it's just because of different studios where people dance at, but it would be cool if we could all just work together in whatever way possible. Yeah. As a femme dancer, there's always like hip hop battles, there's always like popping battles, but can we have like more femme based battles, you know? Like of course like we can, or anyone could create a whacking battle. I guess like I'm not necessarily like I know like within Vogue there's more of like ballroom culture and not necessarily like, okay, let's have a Vogue battle. But yeah, like I don't know, so that's why I'm like making it more like a general femme based battle would be really cool, so we can kind of like have all those types of styles be together. That'd be cool.
I didn't get to go to the Queen. Was it Queen Shit?
Oh yeah,
Queen Shit Volume 1. I didn't get to go to that one. I'd love to go. I'd love to do that, to actually go to that one.
That'd be fun.
A second one, yeah. And I think actually somebody over the weekend at my show, if anyone's familiar, they're a circus performer, and they're queer, trans, and she wants to have more of a queer based battle because she doesn't always feel safe in the community. I won't mention names, but
Totally.
So I think maybe I have invited her and said like, hey, you know, like let's come to a whacking battle, you know, because she does a little whacking, and I don't remember if she vogues or not, but she just like wants to create a space for that, and I think that that's good to at least like get, you know, like when we're talking about communities and conversations, you know, at least that's a good way to start. Okay, well, here's this safe space where we all feel like, okay, this is cool, this is like where we feel like we can express and be ourselves. And then from there, like, okay, what worked here, what worked here, what are the elements that made you feel safe here that maybe you don't feel at other spaces. And that's why I like I wanted to invite her to, I did want to invite her to like maybe a session, because like obviously it's a little more queer centered. Absolutely. It is very much more queer centered. But you know what I'm saying. But I think that maybe there's a misconception that they're not safe spaces all the time.
Gotcha.
So like I do say that there is a benefit for that. But with whacking, with Vogue, these are queer based dance styles that should be the most safe for somebody who doesn't always necessarily feel that safe. So, you know, what can we do to promote it in a way that is like, no, please come, you know, like if you want to just come and observe or what have you. Yeah, but she did mention that she wanted to do something like that was like strictly queer based. I don't know what that means. I don't know. You know, like I would love to have the conversation with her, so I will reach out to her. She knows if she's watching. That if I can help in any way with that, like I would love to. You know, I would love to help cultivate that. You know, like as queer folks, you know, like the community's got to be there. You know, absolutely. And we have to know when our friends are feeling this way, you know what I mean, and to do what we can to help fix that and facilitate that.
In these spaces I think it's important to hear the voices of people who are you know, a minority specifically, and just trying to hear what everyone's needs are. I know that it can be difficult to hear everyone's needs,
sure,
but I think especially like as community leaders or teachers or OGs or anyone who has like the capacity to lead the community in a certain way, I think there is a responsibility aspect of kind of, like I said, hearing other people out who are literally expressing like, you know, their discomfort or their needs or their ideas and concepts. And I think it's really cool to hear them out, try to figure out how we can work it out and apply it to whatever we're doing, whether it's like a battle or a session or anything.
Can you share when you were at Whack to the Future, like what did you notice there, you know, aside from the time, the time start, which was good for you.
Yes.
But you know, how it was run. I think you even said like that was one of the safest, most fun battle environments you've ever been a part of. And so like, what was there that made you feel that way? What was there that, that you think could be implemented kind of anywhere that might help? Yeah. Not just for queer people or for, you know, femmes, but like for kind of for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that. I do want to say that due to my lack of sleep, I forgot that I was going to mention that. Because that's so good. Good. You wait. Yeah. So I guess for me, what made it a safe battle, fun battle, it was just, first of all, diversity. Tons of queer folk, tons of minorities, tons of like, just everyone was different. Like, I don't know. I just felt comfortable being myself. I felt like everyone felt comfortable being themselves. Like there was so many different, unique characters, like tons of like fun, crazy makeup, outfits. Like it felt like a circus. Like it was just crazy, like in a good way. So I think if the space, it allows people to be authentic, to be weird and unique and cool, like whatever you are, that is what can make it safe. So maybe kind of pushing the idea of like, be yourself. That would be helpful. I think like another thing that made it safe was just like, I don't know, Princess Lockeroo herself. She's also very like I think it just depends on like the leaders. Like if the leaders are kind of like, you know, sticking to themselves, true to themselves, you know, really, really firm on like boundaries, but also super open to like new and fun, weird, crazy things, then that'll also kind of make someone, you know, feel safe.
Sure. Cause was she emceeing?
Yeah, she was emceing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think like, even though like there was a lot of people who entered, and a lot of people didn't make it, there was still so much support. Like the crowd, that's a really big thing too, is just like supporting each other. Like I know some people may feel a certain way about how people dance, but it's like you can still be kind to people. So I think kindness can get people a long way.
Sure.
'Cause if I'm at a battle and I'm feeling the support, I'm feeling love, I'm feeling all that kindness, I'm going to want to go back to those battles.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
And even after the battle, like people kept coming up to me or my friends and they were like, oh, you were so amazing, this and that. Just like, there's just so much affection and like intention and genuineness that like I don't always feel from people.
Sure.
So I think just even connecting with people after is super important, because I mentioned it earlier. Like, yeah, the session was cool, but maybe let's go out for dinner. Let's go out for, you know, to the club or whatever. Just having that extra connection would make someone feel safe enough to come back to those events and those sessions.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's why I think it's gonna be really important to do another Dawn of the Dance, because that's, for myself, I can say, like, you know, I spoke to obviously everybody when we were, you know, well, as much as we could, because we were hosting and battling.
Oh yeah,
it was quite a day.
It was
a wonderful day.
Yeah,
but a lot overwhelming. But I remember afterwards, you know, I went and got some feedback from the judges, and then, you know, even just like speaking to them and speaking to other people who placed and who didn't place, like there wasn't air of negativity there. Like
Beautiful.
it
I
was like
agree.
they were so grateful that we did it.
Yeah.
They were so grateful to just be there, and you know, even the people who came from out of town were just happy to be there. I was surprised that people came from out of town to just observe.
Yeah.
That was huge. Like that says it. You know what I mean? That says something important, that we were doing something really important. So I think, like you're saying, with these creating these spaces, like now that you have this knowledge of what you just experienced, and then what we learned from last year, now we're at a different lens on how to run another event. You know, like how do we want to market it? How do we, you know, who do we want to bring in as like support, or as judges, or as, you know, people to teach class on, you know, over the weekend. You know, kind of, you know, running off that same steam.
Absolutely.
I think we just should start taking notes. And just like kind of like a manifestation, like a wish list type of thing. And, you know, whether or not they all happen or whether or not they happen in a different way, I think this is the time to get started for sure.
You're right.
Yeah. Because I think we're gonna have a lot of goodness and a lot of growth.
Oh yeah.
For next event.
I seen our moons like at Wack to the Future, and I think also when I took Waxy's class in New York like a couple of months ago, or a month or two ago.
What is that?
But yeah, so true. But like either way, I feel like every time I see our moons, he's always like, Chicago, Dawn of the Dance was so great. Like every time.
Hey.
And he'll talk for like hours. Well, I'm exaggerating, but he'll talk
Just keeps
so much about it. He loved it so much.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's so wonderful. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think they go by they.
Oh, they. Okay.
Yes. But yeah, like, and they literally asked me, they were like, oh, do you want me to like come back? Like, are you
Yes.
gonna do it again?
Please.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Very much.
Oh yeah. So I have their number. So that might be a teaser.
Who knows?
Our moons might be back.
Maybe.
But yeah, so
I love that. Oh, see,
definitely. And they were like expressing to Waxy like it was the best battle, blah blah blah. So I'm like, if we get Waxy, imagine Waxy flies from Korea. That'll be crazy.
Oh my! Oh, just the talent that we could get, the talent and just the knowledge
and locker rooms down too. So I mean. Okay, well, this is like.
Listen, I'm gonna go pass out. I'm gonna go pass out now.
Yeah.
No, but it's so great. Like, and like you said, Wheezy earlier. Like,
of course, Wheezy loved it too. Like, sometimes I'm just like, wow, what did we do?
What did we do? All we did
it?
was we were just true to ourselves.
That's
true to the style that we love and care for so deeply, and just trying to do right, and just trying to like include everyone, and just like just come on, big hug.
I think it's the
big
culture, you know.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah.
All right, we have reached our final segment.
Okay,
cool.
These are final thoughts. And so each of you is gonna get 60 seconds to kind of recap final thoughts, the conversations that you just had. So these are AshMoney's 60 seconds final thoughts, and your time starts now.
Money moments. So I think what Zhane and I have talked about a lot is communication in the community. I think that we should just be outsourcing and just talking to everybody, you know, OGs, peers, newbies, anybody who is just here for the common goal and the common love and admiration for what we do, whether it's whacking, whether it's tutting, whether it's waving, you know, whatever it is. I think with whacking specifically, like we are building such a wonderful community, and it's only going to get better and bigger. And so I'm just so grateful to be a part of it with you, and to like have anybody who wants to come and join. And I'm here to talk. I'm here to hear and listen, and to make it better. Just
10 seconds.
Just make it even better. Follow WaackAttack Shy. Come to our sessions and come to Dawn of the Day. Bow, 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 bow.
And that is time.
Beautiful.
Nice. That was cool. Okay, these are Zhane's final thoughts, and your time starts now.
Yeah. So dancing, it can be intimidating for a lot of people, and it can cause a lot of feelings to come up, whether it's like due to battles, events. You can feel either left out, you can feel insecure, and I think dance can have our emotions fluctuate. So I think we talked about like what are some ways that we could kind of like make each other feel good, and I think that is allowing each other to uplift each other, making everyone feel comfortable and safe.
30
We
seconds.
figured out ways to do that, and I think one of the ways to do that is just to communicate, empathize, and understand each other. And I think just the fact that I've been so involved in a lot of parts of the community, you know, all the scenes, and especially the WaackAttack community, I'm learning what it takes to be like a leader, a community involver with someone as great as Ashley.
10 seconds.
And I think one of those things that I really learned is that communication is key, love is key, happiness is key, expressing is key. Clock it.
Time.
It's also tea. I mean, you're just a mass level of knowledge and wisdom and experience, and you're just a
my
baby.
Oh,
You're such a
thank
rising
you.
star, and
Aw.
I love talking with you. I
That means a lot. Thank you.
and you're helping me grow in the community a little bit more too, and I'm grateful for that and for you. Yeah,
I can see the same.
I just adore you.
Thank you.
Just adore you. Darn it.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
We will end. Count down with me. 5,